statements.
Bunch of shenanigans.
Yeah.
What's up, my man?
What's up, my man? All right. So tell me about this honey.
Okay, so Manuka honey, right? Where do I begin? Okay, so the jar I gave you is 10 plus. So the measurement, you see the UMF and MGO. So UMF is unique Manuka factor, and MGO is the abbreviation for the chemical in Manuka honey. Mm-hmm. But basically it works like this. So bees make honey from flowers, like we know that. So in New Zealand, they have these Manuka flowers, Manuka bushes, right? Mm. And so the bees are given, like, I guess pasture or whatever they call it. They have a range and a radius that they only have access to Manuka flowers, which you can imagine is hard to do, right?
Yeah.
Bees can fly for miles to gather nectar. So they have these plantations in New Zealand where it's just Manuka flowers. The cool thing about the Manuka flower is it has a compound called methyl glyoxal, which is a naturally occurring compound found in the Manuka bush, right? And it has unique, antibacterial activity.
Yeah.
So this compound, it's lethal to bacteria. It is, nutritionally beneficial as far as like immune support and eliminating microbes and so on. And it's especially good for your, your respiratory tracts and your first responders when you get a foreign invader. Mm-hmm. So we started buying it, and we tried several different companies. I think we started buying it at Sprouts first.
Oh, wow.
And they have one, but it's only 5 plus. Mm. And we learned that the concentration of the methyl glyoxal compound, like the amount of it, is what gives it its therapeutic properties. Mm. They have other grades. So there's like 5 plus, which is like, it's fine, it's daily, it's cleaner than the filtered honey you get in the store, and it's actually better than the raw honey you get in the store. The 10 plus is a more,
medicinal?
Medicinal, yeah. It's approaching medicinal therapeutic quality.
Yeah.
But if you want to treat illness, you need 20 plus or above.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to put it on wounds, like you can put this on cuts and stuff if you get like 30 plus and above.
Okay.
So the higher concentrations are more expensive because, again, I mean, bees do their thing. You can't make a bee do what you want it to do. The bee's going to do what the bee needs to do.
Yeah.
So the 30 plus and higher grades are exceptionally rare. And they test everything, and it's super clean, and there's a QR code on the top of the jar. So when you scan that, it's going to show you the area that it was collected. It's tested by a third party. So the company itself, New Zealand Honey Company, they do their own testing and verification, but they also have additional third-party testing. Basically, they get themselves fact-checked.
Yeah.
And so I trust it. I've been using it for a long time now.
Nice.
It's so good.
Awesome.
And it has an amazing floral taste.
Yeah.
Like, I can't describe it. When you taste it, you'll know.
All right.
It's got it's weird at first, but I love it now.
I'm excited.
I love it so much that I don't like regular grocery store honey anymore.
Yeah.
I can't handle it.
What do you use it with? Toast, everything?
So,
or do you just take a spoonful?
I eat spoonfuls of it. I haven't researched this. I don't know how heat affects the compounds. So I don't know if like mixing it into tea would inhibit the effects. I would imagine not. I don't know. I really don't. But the way I use it, I'll just eat a spoonful.
Yeah.
And we have a jar of 20 plus, and we use it sparingly. And like I said, we use 20 plus for medicine.
Yeah.
So instead of taking ibuprofen or Tylenol or getting antibiotics from the doctor,
Take some honey.
If my kids get sick, I give them Manuka honey. And get this, I've seen this multiple times in my own family. So I have 2 young kids. When they get fevers for like a week, dude, and they don't go away. We've tried. We've tried like giving them Motrin or ibuprofen or whatever to kind of help alleviate the fever symptoms, and we stopped doing that because we learned it's actually bad to nuke a fever. Like, you don't want to reduce a fever unless it's going to be lethal.
Yeah.
So if they're at 103, maybe even 104, we don't do drugs. We'll do like a damp cloth, and just kind of give them that support, just like damp cloth on the forehead to chill it out a bit.
Yeah.
But we don't give them any drugs, and we saw an improvement. Maybe fevers would go from a week to maybe 3 or 4 days.
Oh, awesome.
So when we did the first Manuka honey experiment, my youngest, she got a bad fever. They were playing with some friends. They came home and brought the plague, and she got really sick. Runny nose, stuffy headache, whatever, the whole nine, right? Fever of 102. So I gave her a teaspoonful of the 20 plus Manuka honey in the morning, and I gave her another teaspoonful at bedtime. The following morning, she woke up with no fever.
Oh, wow.
To be honest with you, I was skeptical.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, whoa, praise God, this is great.
Yeah.
Amazing, wow. because we prayed over her too, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
But the Manuka honey was the only thing that we did differently. We
Right.
always pray over our children when
Yeah.
they're sick, but the Manuka honey was the difference. So, you know, I chalked it up to maybe could have been a coincidence, maybe God intervened. I wasn't too sure. So the next time around, we had another round of fever, same thing, knocked it out.
Oh, wow.
Overnight, bro.
That's good.
Overnight, no fever, waking up, you know, party time at 5 a.m. Daddy, get up, it's time to play Barbies.
Wow, that's actually really good.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And countless time and time again, I've seen it. So now we use it as a preventative.
Okay.
So whenever we know they're going to go around some kids that are sick or have been sick,
Take some Manuka honey,
take
you're
a
good to
spoonful
go.
of this, you're good. And they don't come back with fevers.
Nice.
And we're batting 1,000 right now with that.
Oh, one thing I have been trying actually recently is ivermectin.
Ooh, okay.
The horse,
Yeah.
what is it, parasite?
Horse dewormer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just take a little bit. There's like measurements on the tube that we got.
Mm-hmm.
And they only sell it for horses, which is weird because then for humans, you got to get it prescriptive.
Weird.
It is
But
weird.
you can buy the horse stuff, no problem.
It's the same exact stuff.
Where do you get it at? Like a feed
Amazon.
store? Amazon? Okay.
Literally online.
Okay.
And it actually, I've tried different parasite cleanses and stuff, and some take 60 days, some take 30 days, some take a week.
Yeah.
This one's actually really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, you take it like 5 days in a row, and then actually it might be 3 days in a row, and then once every other day
Okay.
until you get the 5 doses, and it's perfect. It's fine.
So are you doing this to cleanse from parasites?
I have this idea that humans all have parasites and they come back every now and then when you eat bad food.
I kind of feel that way too, man.
So I do it almost like the honey. I use it as a preventative now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you experience, I don't want to like get too gross, but did you experience any passing of things or notice any stuff or, okay.
Well, there is this type of parasite that looks like mucus,
Okay.
but I also swallow my spit a lot. So I think it's so I think it might be mucus.
Just mucus, okay.
It could be. But yeah, after taking this, it did get rid of some of that stuff. Yeah.
That's exciting. That's so cool.
So it is very cool. Yeah.
Is
I did feel like it cleansed me out a little bit while I was taking it.
okay.
And it's also good for when you're sick too.
Yeah. Did you
It's
have
weird,
any
it's
negative experience with it? Like, did it make you feel bad at all?
No, I rarely have a negative experience with, I guess, medications like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of a time where I did have a negative experience with a medication. Experience. Yeah, like everything I could take, I just choose not to. So like Advil, Tylenol, all that stuff I can take. My wife has a reaction. I think she might be allergic to Tylenol.
Mm-hmm.
Or Advil, one of the two. But yeah, but now that we got the honey, we don't need it.
Dude, try it, man.
Yeah,
It's so
we're gonna
good.
try it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
so the
it.
ivermectin was actually something new that I tried.
You're making me want to get some. Is it expensive?
I don't know, actually my wife got it.
Oh, okay.
It might be $20 a tube.
$20 a tube. Oh, it's like a cream?
It's like a gel almost. So you squeeze it out and I just put it on a spoon and then I take it.
Does it taste bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them, one of the ones we tried tasted bad. The second one that now we stocked up on doesn't taste like anything much.
Can you like get the link or something?
Yeah.
So I can try it too?
I'll shoot you the link, yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I'll send you the picture, shoot you the link.
Yeah, we've been on that lately too. Not worried about parasites, but aware. You know, and one thing that I've seen increasingly on like my social media feeds is because most of what I follow on Instagram is like I follow Christian pages, healthy stuff. Like there's this one page, I forget the name of it, but they're always sharing like little tidbits and factoids about how you can improve your daily wellness without using drugs or artificials or things like that. Some of the fasting research that I've done was based on slides from that page. Like I learned about autophagy from there and you know, things like that. So I've been seeing more and more pages saying like, if you have Crohn's disease, get tested for parasites. If you have, you know, GERD, get tested for like almost everything
revolves the gut,
maybe?
parasites,
Right.
Yeah.
And I saw this one thing recently too, suggesting that you know the mammogram test they do to check women for breast cancer. Allegedly, this one page is suggesting that the process of it actually ruptures the cancer pouches or what, you know, like,
and it spreads.
So, right. So the theory is that the cancer cells are not actually cancer, but really it's a parasite, like, like womb or something, right? It's like a little bubble, and the parasites are all in there reproducing and hiding from your immune system and stuff. Allegedly, again, this is maybe bro science, but it sounds plausible to me.
Yeah.
Parasites apparently hide from your immune system by absorbing heavy metals. And so, right?
Heavy metal.
Yeah, there you go. And then Slayer comes on.
Just parasites partying.
Raining blood. Yeah, so apparently they absorb heavy metals, and that allows them to hide from your immune system, and they stay and they grow and they feed off of you.
Wow.
And they're number
Cilantro.
one. Yeah.
Is a heavy metal decleanser.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and blueberries and spinach together.
Oh, yeah,
will
yeah.
also cleanse heavy metals.
Yeah.
So if
funny.
that's true, then they're sucking up sugar, and so this might be a little conspiracy, but
No, you got to kill the cancer cells, the parasites by not consuming sugar. Sugar's like really bad.
so the keto carnivore diet
Yeah.
has a synergistic effect against parasites because parasites need sugar to live,
Yeah.
and your brain can use is it glutamate or glucose or glycogen? I forget which form. Basically, when your body metabolizes carbs
One of the G stuff.
some G stuff. Your brain's on some G stuff, right?
Yeah.
But so your brain can also cleaner fuel is ketones, which come from fat. So when you go keto and you enter ketosis, it sucks for a while, but then your brain starts uptaking ketones instead,
Because you're
and
sick,
then you feel
right?
better. They call it the keto flu.
The parasites.
Right,
making you
that's what
sick.
I'm saying. So when they start dying off, they release all the toxins that they have into your system, and then you feel like crap. So the fast I did recently, I almost wonder if I felt so crappy on day 3 because I was eating a lot of carbs before then, and then I had nothing. And then when I broke my fast, I had bone broth. I
Yeah.
had some probiotic cottage cheese.
Veggies.
Dude, I'm in love with this stuff, by the way. This Nancy's probiotic
Oh
cottage
yeah, I love
cheese,
it. Yeah.
so good.
They have a yogurt too.
Oh, I love their
Yeah.
yogurt too.
Yeah.
And so
I get their protein yogurt.
I haven't really had any carbs yet, and I feel really good.
Yeah.
And I also feel really worried about eating carbs now. I want to do it very sparingly.
Yeah.
Maybe a very low amount. And I love meats anyway, bro. I love the carnivore diet. Steak,
Chicken?
eggs, chicken, fish, whatever. Like just. So, anyways, to finish the thought, so if cancer is actually parasites, and parasites live on sugar, and all the foods that we have are loaded with extra sugars that don't need to be there, and they are also formulated to be as addictive as possible.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with
I
this?
see where you're going.
And then what happens, right? The cancer
Yeah.
industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry,
Yeah.
and the treatment kills you slowly.
Yeah, it's a big parasite.
Big parasite,
That's the new industry we've got to take down.
bro.
And then everything crumbles. That's the Illuminati in the food industry.
It's actually parasites?
Yeah.
Do you think so? Have you read that parasites can control your brain?
Yeah, right. So like, there's this parasite that controls, what is it? Like a wasp or a tarantula or something like that, where it infiltrates the brain and literally does whatever the parasite wants it to do, and it's just dying, but it's gathering stuff for the parasite to
In the insect or arachnid?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can it infect humans?
I don't know, but I'm sure there's something like that for humans.
There must
right?
be.
RFK had a worm in the brain,
Oh wow,
right? I think that's why he's all messed up and all healthy now
interesting.
and working out and yeah.
Yeah, no,
also-
he's super jacked. Oh, he also does TRT and peptides and all that
Right,
stuff too.
exactly.
Yeah, he's got the wealthy health diet. He's got access to all these expensive therapies that are really good for you. You know Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank?
He's on that too?
No, he goes to Dubai
Oh.
and gets his blood filtered.
Oh yeah. That's another thing that rich guys do, or they're getting their blood filtered.
But they're not just getting their blood filtered.
Yeah.
They're getting transfusions too.
Yeah, exactly.
From younger blood.
Yeah.
And it's like the fountain of youth.
Supposedly, but they end up dying looking really old and decrepit anyway.
Well,
right?
once the treatment runs out, then the aging happens rapidly.
Yeah.
So I think, because you look at these
Can't be in
celebrities.
Dubai all the time.
No, man. He says he goes like 2 or 4 times a year or something like
That's
that.
crazy. That's a lot of times.
But he's got the money for it, bro.
Yeah, but it's a lot of blood transfusions a year.
That worries me.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would like somebody else's blood in me.
unless you need it, right? Unless you're dying,
I'm skeptical.
or you
about
got a
that.
blood disease.
I'm skeptical about that.
Yeah.
I wonder if you really do.
Interesting.
Like my mom recently, she was having some issues. I don't want to go into it, but she's better now. But
Yeah.
she had to go to the hospital and she had to get a blood transfusion. And I just kind of took it for what it was. But really, I just think, I wonder, like, what is the efficacy of blood sugar? I know it does what it does, right? I've seen plenty of cases where patient needs blood, they get blood, they feel better. But I just wonder about it, right? Because our bodies are designed perfectly, and we replenish our blood supply. If
But it's
something
how we treat
impedes
our
it,
bodies.
yeah, right. So if your body breaks down to the point that you need a blood transfusion, then I guess it is what it is. I guess from my point of view, I feel like I never want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't. It just worries me.
Preventative maintenance.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I focus on that pretty much all the time now.
Yeah.
So I avoid poisonous things. I try not to eat foods that I know to be tainted. Like I went down the glyphosate rabbit hole and cut out a whole bunch of stuff from our pantry. Oh, we can't trust that now. It's some of those foods that we were buying had the highest levels of glyphosate.
Yeah.
I was feeding this stuff to my kids.
Like what?
Quaker oatmeal.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't.
The Quaker brand,
Yeah.
don't touch it, bro.
Yeah.
It's, and you look at all these healthy brands that have been bought by major corporations, like Burt's Bees, for example.
Oh,
I think they were bought by Unilever and or PepsiCo, one of the two. Siete, their chips and grain-free products,
Bought by who?
PepsiCo.
Really?
And what do you know? Canola oil and safflower and sunflower oils are being
Yeah.
added to the formula.
Yeah, I had to get rid of them. Get rid of them.
I used to love those chips, dude.
Well, they were so good.
Yeah.
Siete is actually really good.
I love those chips.
But now I just go for avocado oil.
Yeah. So I read the hierarchy of oils and their
Burn. Temperature?
No, they're what percent healthy they are or what percent harmful they are.
Right.
So avocado oil ranks at 10%. Beef tallow and clarified and ghee butter are like 1%.
Yeah.
They're
but
like
I can't
the
find
best.
No chips that are cooked with beef tallow.
Sprouts has beef tallow chips.
Are they the protein ones?
No.
Okay. 'Cause
I
those
just saw
protein
them
ones are
last
not
week.
good.
No.
Okay.
I know
gotta
the
try
ones
them.
you're talking about.
I'm
Those
gonna
are
go to
whack
Sprouts,
too.
Yeah.
So I just found them like last
But
week.
I also got the cheeseburger ones.
No, well these are unflavored. So
terrible.
the ingredients are potatoes and beef tallow,
Yeah.
or the salted variety is potato, salt, and beef tallow.
Yeah.
And so I bought
Nice.
like 4 bags,
Yeah.
and we tried them. Dude, they're so good.
Do you cook with beef tallow?
Yes.
It's so expensive.
Oh yeah. Well,
No?
not really.
Okay.
Kinda. So we have a beef tallow subscription through Lineage Farms, and we get 6. I think they're 18-ounce jars, and it's like $100. But my 6 jars, and we do it for all of our cooking. They last me almost 3 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't cooked with beef tallow. Well, I think once in a while we'll cook with beef tallow. We usually cook with avocado oil. But beef tallow we use for our skin.
Yeah. So do we.
Yeah.
My wife uses it for her moisturizer for her face.
Yeah, I have to use it. I got a beard and I suffer from dandruff. It's a plague. But
That's a zinc deficiency.
is it?
I think so.
I've tried everything.
So
I don't know what I need with
I
zinc.
had the same issue in my beard. Like I'll scratch my beard and flakes are just snowing, right?
Yeah.
So I started eating more foods that are rich in zinc.
Yeah.
No more dandruff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Gotta look into that.
It's something to do with your skin flaking off more readily. I can't explain the science, dude. I'm not that smart.
That's also a parasite. That's a type of fungus too. Like dandruff is a type of fungus.
Is it? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like on your scalp and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That makes sense. Well, and apparently zinc does something to help your skin like repair and stay more
It's
elastic.
awesome. Yeah.
So then it doesn't like dry and flake off as readily.
Oh, that's good. Aloe's really good for that too. Mm-hmm. So we have some aloe plants.
You remember the aloe plant you gave me way
Yeah.
back when? It's huge.
It's huge, right?
It's like taken over the yard, and it smells like barbecue. Have you noticed? Is that just mine?
I don't know. I know when you cut it, it smells like armpits. It smells really bad.
Maybe that's what it is, right?
Yeah,
Because when we first cut it, the kids are like, ugh!
It stinks. Yeah.
It's so gross.
I have to mix it with other stuff if I'm going to use it on my scalp. I mix it with coconut oil. I forget right now, but it's like a mixture. Oh, apple cider vinegar. It's just a bunch of stinky stuff.
Coconut oil is really good to cook with. It's actually better than avocado oil.
Coconut oil is really good to cook with. I use that for my toothpaste.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you done oil pulling with it?
I haven't done oil pulling. No, I've done oil pulling, but not specifically with like good organic coconut oil. I've done with like the store brand one. But maybe I should start cooking with coconut oil.
I like cooking with it for certain dishes because
Yeah.
of the flavor too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll use coconut oil in a brownie recipe. Oh, it's so good.
Butter.
It's so good.
No butter?
Well, yeah, butter too.
Okay.
But so some brownie recipes want you to use butter and an oil. So
Gotcha.
we use coconut oil instead, Or sometimes I'll use beef tallow.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that too.
Yeah.
It does impart a certain savory beefiness that's very subtle.
Yeah.
But it works. It's like a salty, sweet, savory.
Yeah.
I like it. My kids hate it though. They like their traditional flavors, you know.
What do you eat your desserts with? Say you make a brownie or a cookie or a cake. What do you pair it with?
Usually, I'm going for vanilla ice cream for those most of the time if I can.
Anything to drink?
Not specifically. I used to do milk a bit, but I don't really, unless it's raw milk, I can drink raw milk and it doesn't hurt my stomach at all. But if I drink pasteurized milk, it wrecks me.
Yeah.
If I cook with it, I'm good.
Yeah.
But if I drink it, I feel sick.
Yeah, a nice coffee.
Ooh.
In Mexico.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Spanish,
yeah.
We do
espresso.
Yeah,
with
espresso
brownies.
was good too.
I love that combo.
Have you had an espresso with ice cream, an affogato?
Yeah,
It's
affogato is
so
one of my
good.
faves.
It's so fire.
Yeah.
There's this place by my house where they have affogatos. Like they're an ice cream shop, but they serve affogatos. My wife and I go there every now and then. It's so good. That's like our treat, and it has like the little waffle chips on the side. Like, oh,
Yeah.
man, this is good.
Yo, we get that at a place. It's over by the beach. I think it's technically Costa Mesa. It's this Italian spot. I'm gonna say it wrong, and I always do, but I think it's Vitali.
Italy.
Well, with a V. though.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm mispronouncing Italy with a V.
Yeah, so I think I've seen Vitali.
Right?
I think it's pronounced Vitalia.
Vitali. Okay, that sounds good. But it's legit. So it's owned by a family from Italy. It's a family-owned business. They make their gelato on the premises. They make everything on the premises.
Yeah.
And they've won awards, and they're just such a cool local gem. They're in a shopping center called The Camp, and just, oh man, amazing. The food's dope. We get the gelato. We'll go to the beach and we'll get gelato afterwards, and I'll get their espresso.
Yeah, why
Their
does
espresso
that
is
side
so
of
good.
the mountains where we live at? Why do they have all the good stuff? This is rich people, right?
Right. Yeah.
When I went to Vista for my job interview, I stopped by this local bakery, and I love this conversation because my wife and I love like bakery goods, like baked goods.
Oh
and
yeah, me too.
With our cafecito.
That means a
and-
little coffee?
Yeah, it's a little coffee, but it tends to be like a cup of coffee. It's just a regular cup of coffee.
Sometimes I call my manager Jefecito. Is that the same thing, little boss?
It is.
That's what I thought it meant, because I think like Cito, right, or Ito. It's
it's like it's a term of endearment. It's
Okay.
like it's like almost like it could be used as like many things.
I say it with love.
Little. It could be used as cute. It could be used.
Oh,
as,
no.
like lovingly, like oh, like this is like my friend. But I think for bosses, I think the proper use is jefe.
Well, yeah. But I said it one
It's
day
like
and it got a
little
laugh. He doesn't speak Spanish natively, but he does know some
Then
Spanish.
it's okay.
So yeah, but I called him Jefecito and it got a laugh, but I didn't quite understand the meaning, but it got a laugh, so I kept doing it.
Yeah, so in Mexican culture, we always have our Mexican bread with coffee, cafecito, pan con cafecito.
Pan con cafecito.
Yeah, and it's like
Sí,
almost
claro
like
que sí.
a little cute coffee, but it's usually a cup of coffee, and it's usually a pot of coffee that you just refill in your cup.
Strong coffee?
No, it's just regular coffee.
Okay, but I mean,
In
like,
Mexican
is it
culture-
like a darker roast, so it's lower caffeine?
I don't know.
Because I'm just imagining how much caffeine.
It's Don Francisco's. It's whatever store.
I'm
It's,
very
Folgers.
sensitive to caffeine these days.
Are you?
Yeah.
I love caffeine. I might be like I have this. That's one of my big addictions too.
It makes me sweat.
Does it?
Do you sweat when you drink coffee?
No.
I sweat when I drink coffee. Almost right away.
It's like a pre-workout then. It's like
I
a
think so.
thermogenic. Yeah.
Thermogenic.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It like heats up your fat cells. Like it's an actual term for a product or something. I don't know if it's a chemical or something, but it's supposed to heat up the fat cells and use them as energy.
Word?
Yeah.
So
maybe
it'll like
that's
help
what's
you burn
happening.
fat better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to go down that rabbit hole.
So like my pre-workouts, I have them as a thermogenic. So when I'm working out, now it's just like I'm heated up. I'm warm.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Your pre-workout, like you take like a supplement or something?
Yeah.
What is it? Like BCAAs or?
I don't know what it is.
That's concerning. I don't know what it is. I just eat it.
Yeah, I just saw it. The bottle looked cool.
Okay.
It's Ghost. It's a Ghost. That's like a caffeine.
That energy drink?
Yeah. So they
Oh,
have a
man.
pre-workout. So it might be terrible for me.
You probably should look into that.
Maybe I should.
Yeah. You do look super ripped though.
Through this jacket.
Through the jacket, even. Yeah. No, I can tell.
And there are some results I'm noticing from the gym. I haven't been in like over a year, and I started going this year in January, and I already started noticing some gains. But this is also interesting, and this is to get off the topic of desserts. It's I cannot gain weight when I'm working out, and it's probably because I'm not eating enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to lose the fat, but I can't get stronger.
Weird.
But when I stop working out and I eating the same amount as when I was working out, then I start gaining weight, start getting fat, then I become stronger. Then I'm able to use that fat as muscle.
Interesting.
Transform that fat, yeah.
Well, that sounds right, though.
Yeah, it does sound right, but it sucks because it's just like
when Does it take a while?
It took me a year to gain fat. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But that wasn't the intended purpose of not working out. But it's just, it's very odd, and it's almost frustrating because it's like when I'm working out, it's like, all right, I want to get bigger muscles or stronger muscles, and I just can't.
Well, you know,
like
I mean,
I'm stagnant.
As you get older, I mean, as a man, you know, we don't put on muscle as rapidly as when we're younger. And I think, I forget what the numbers are, but the pace, that's one thing I got used to because, you know, I'm in my 40s now. So when I was working out and trying to get, you know, big again, like when I was in my 20s, dude, I was huge. I mean, I'm a short guy, but my muscles were very developed and I was really strong.
Hombrecito.
Hombrecito.
That's what you were in your 20s.
Sí, claro que sí. And so I noticed that when I started working out again and lifting weights, I wasn't putting on inches like I did when I was in college. And so I did some,
Or weight, or width.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't, yeah, exactly. Around like my biceps and stuff, right? No, yeah, I put inches on my belly all day.
I thought height.
No, I'm not getting any taller, and I've been working out, and nothing's working, you know? Man, but no, so I did a little researching, and I guess, you know, as you age, your testosterone levels are naturally going to dip a little, and you can replace them with certain foods and behaviors. So as I started doing more of those things, I started noticing gains again. Like my arms started getting bigger fast. Well, not fast, but like I would say over the course of 3 weeks,
it was noticeable.
I put like an inch or two on my biceps, which was great for me.
Yeah.
My quads, oh dude, my quads were like popping, and so it's just exhausting though.
Yeah.
Because you have to eat so much. And I don't want to do drugs, and I don't want to do like chemicals or artificials. So to do it the natural way is first of all very expensive. Quality protein is expensive.
Tallow. You gotta cook with beef tallow.
Cooking with beef tallow, and which thankfully we got that subscription, so it helps.
Yeah.
But then
this is a sponsor for.
But it's for Lineage Farms. Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Paul Saladino. Thank you for your YouTube advertisements and your Instagram reels.
Worked.
No, it did. It got my attention.
Yeah.
Well, and partly because
some advertisements work and they're good.
I don't remember if it was him. I think it might have been him who did this obnoxious ad where he's in a restaurant and he's asking what they cook their food in. And when they say it's seed oils, he busts out a jar of his Lineage beef tallow and he's like, here, I want you to cook my steak in this. Which you don't see the conclusion. Like, I don't know if they actually did it.
Kicked them out?
Probably,
Get
yeah.
out of here, crazy guy.
It cuts at that point, and then who knows? They're like, all right, man, you got to go, bro. We're not for this.
And it's just a
stuff.
zoom in at the plate with the steak. It's just him cooking it from home.
Right. I mean, hey, why not? But
it's a good advertisement.
Objectively, I noticed. So I test everything, right? I was curious enough to try it, and so I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I get a refund because a refund policy is pretty okay. If I, get my jars and I try one and it sucks, I can ship them back and get a refund.
Yeah.
So we tried it, and dude, I loved it.
Yeah.
I like eating it plain. I was putting it in my coffee.
Yeah, beef tallow is pretty good.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
And then cooking with it, oh man, like we made some French fries. I've never had a better golden brown crispy French fry than when I cook in beef tallow.
Oh, interesting.
And the smoke point is really high. So, you're not going to have those volatile compounds. I forget what they're called, VOCs or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's way better for you all around. And then, the meats, getting quality grass-finished beef.
Yeah.
Grass-fed, grass-finished is the key.
Have you ever made Mexican rice? Or like where you fry rice first and then you cook it afterwards?
Yeah.
I wonder if beef tallow would work with it.
Oh, I bet it would be fire.
Yeah. Because you got to cook it with oil at first, but now that I'm thinking about it,
you could probably do a beef tallow so good.
Yeah.
I fry everything in beef tallow.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't fry a lot,
right?
But when we do fry, it's beef tallow.
Yeah. Got me thinking. I'm gonna have to take that as a note.
Try it out. I'll send you the link. The Lineage, it's so good.
We have beef tallow. But we buy it per jar at the store.
What do you pay for it?
I don't know. My wife gets it.
Okay. Look into it, man.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know, 6 jars, $100. That's
A month? A year?
we go through about 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Our jars last, and hey, I got a family of 6 though.
Yeah, yeah.
So your supply would last way longer probably if you're only cooking for you and your wife.
That's true. The math is mathing.
It's mathing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then also the see, we were concerned about the quality. So we saw some beef tallow in the store, and it's white.
Mm-hmm.
The beef tallow we get from Lineage is yellow.
Yeah.
Because it's higher beta carotene. So that's one of the ways you can tell if the cow's eating enough grass.
Oh.
So the more yellow the fat is,
The better.
the more beta carotene, which means the cow ate more grass.
Yeah.
Grain finished beef tallow is just as gnarly for you as grain finished beef.
Yeah.
And so
Interesting.
going back into like the soy and the corn and all that, they just it's like hog feed. I think one place got into a scandal because they were finishing their beef with like Skittles and junk.
It's so sad watching those it's like slaughterhouse videos and how they treat cows and all their animals, and even like farms that are supposed to be good farms. Like, you got to do some research on where you're getting your stuff, your product. There was this sick cow that they were using for milk, and it was old, and then they just killed it just for the meat, and it's just like, that's a sick cow.
That sucks.
I got
That sounds dangerous.
I got some flank steak from Stater Brothers. It was the worst I've ever had.
Ugh. Like the taste?
Yeah, everything. It was so bad, and it was weird. It was to the point where I was like questioning, like, do they put like the meat glue in here? Is it real beef? It was
I've
like,
seen that somewhere. Yeah,
it's like real bad, and I'm like, man. Maybe 20 years ago, Stater Brothers used to have some tasty meat. I don't know if it was healthy or not, but the quality is just so bad. Everything in Stater Brothers. Is it getting toasty right here?
I feel like that too.
Go
Like
walk
when
somewhere?
I went to Stater's not too long ago, but I think we were having company.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a barbecue, and we like to grill out and stuff. And I forgot who supplied the meat, but the meat from Stater's was really good. And then more recently, we had, I think it was their wings.
Yeah.
And it was just really disappointing. Like
Yeah.
the meat tasted so stringy, and it just really wasn't flavorful. I mean, we season them up good. You put like the dry rub, and then we toss in the sauce, right? And so I mean, the flavor of the seasoning was great, but you could tell like when you got like the meat, it just something felt off.
It's weird.
I don't know how to describe it. It just felt like it was off.
It's weird, and it's just all these farms or factories that are just cutting corners and injecting their animals with stuff that we don't even know.
Well, yeah, and then, I've seen this, it keeps happening to tie it back to earlier, these wholesome, like, natural brands that are more, healthy and it's like local, family-owned stuff, and they're doing everything right. They get bought up by major corporations, and then they change the rules. And it's so bogus, because you trust, like, Burt's Bees.
Is that the one that got bought up by, like, Jeff Bezos and Katy Perry?
Burt's Bees?
Oh, no, that's actually the apple cider vinegar one.
Oh, Bragg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bragg was my go-to for a while. And then they bought it, and they changed the formula, and they put it in plastic, and yeah, you can't even go with it. Burt's Bees is the one that offends me so much, though, because I'm from North Carolina, and Burt's Bees is based out of Durham, and I grew up near Durham. And Burt's Bees, when I was dating my wife, she had mad skin problems. So I got her onto Burt's Bees face lotion, and it was amazing. Her breakouts stopped happening, like the skin got clear, moisturized, everything was great, and the smell was good. And I remember I told her she smelled like a bee's nest. but it's this like cute little memory, and we kind of bonded over it, And to find out that Burt's Bees was bought by an evil corporation that changed the formula, and they started putting like plastics in their products, and I think it's polysorbate 80 or something. It's basically a plastic analog, and it hits you the same way. All these endocrine disruptors and other chemicals, and there's no reason to put that stuff in there.
I don't see a reason to. I don't know what the benefit is. And going down the conspiracy rabbit hole is these companies have other companies that have wasteful product. And
what do you mean?
So when they create a product, they have waste. And instead of disposing of the waste that costs money, they just take it to somewhere else and use it in their products.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So like repackaging it and selling it is like it's fine.
No, but adding it into other ingredients. So adding it as an ingredient just to get rid of it.
Dude, that's terrible.
And that's like a lot of companies. Like I don't know off the top of my head, but like just the major companies. Like
Well, it
PepsiCo,
kind of
all
flies
that
in the
stuff, yeah.
face of like regenerative closed loop ecosystems where you use 100% of your stuff.
Yeah.
Like when I was doing the microgreens, like growing microgreens, I have chickens, and I would, cultivate my microgreens on a soil medium.
Mm-hmm.
And, once I cut the greens, I'm left with this mat of spent soil. So all the nutrients in the soil are depleted. So it's useless. I can't really grow anything in it. And then I've got the roots left over from the microgreens. So I just chuck those into the chicken run, and the chickens would just claw it up, peck it, eat the roots, and disperse the soil. And then they're like turning it over, and it mixes with their manure and their straw. And eventually I've got nutrient-rich soil from my chicken run that I then throw into my compost heap, and I turn that and mix it. And by the end of that cycle, I've got fresh, good soil that's fully nutritious and good to grow in.
So it's exactly like that, but with bad chemicals.
But exactly, right? So they're doing that same thing, but they're just, recycling the poison.
Yeah.
And I wonder, I'm assuming the argument is cost. Like, it must be cheaper to use chemicals somehow instead of natural ingredients, but I just don't buy it.
That's I guess the face value argument, Steelman on their end. It's that, it's to cut costs from something, but some of the stuff don't need to be, these things don't need to be added on to these products. They're just tacking on extra ingredients for no reason, which I'm wondering if it's cheaper to just throw it in other products and foods versus getting rid of it, versus disposing of it.
You know why I think they do it?
Yeah.
Because they're in league with other bad guy businesses. Big parasite. Well, no, but for real. So I believe
they might be selling
sincerely-
it to each other. Yeah.
I believe sincerely, first of all these companies are colluded with each other. They all check notes and, they coordinate.
Yeah.
I believe sincerely that every evil industry that distributes things that poison humans, they're doing it so that eventually you get turned over to the medical industry, and that's your final resting place.
I think so.
Everything is designed to put you in a hospital under the care of a doctor who will then prescribe you drugs, give you treatments, etc.
Yeah.
They'll smack up your insurance. You'll come out of pocket sometimes. If you think your life is in danger, wouldn't you pay anything to save it?
Are you saying it's big medicine?
Big medicine.
That's
big
the
pharma.
problem? Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to pick a fight with big pharma, but yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we were talking about farms.
I think
Why
they're
are they
evil.
called farm with a PH?
Oh, well, because pharmakia,
Oh.
right? Pharmakia from the Bible.
What is that? Greek?
Pharmakia is the Greek word for
Pharmacy?
well, let me see. I'm gonna fact check myself right now,
Pharmaceuticals?
okay? Because I don't remember the exact translation, but I know that pharmakia is where we get the word for pharmacy. Ah, here we go. Sorcery, witchcraft, or the use of drugs and potions for
Yeah.
magical or occult purposes.
Weird.
So, what are the odds, right? Because
Yeah.
we have warnings about that in Scripture about pharmakia. Like in Revelation 18:23, it's listed among other sinful works of the flesh, such as idolatry, hatred, and jealousy.
Wow.
It's in Galatians 5:20, similar warning. Pharmakia is grouped with idolatry and sexual immorality, so it's association with pagan practices, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that if you are given anti-cancer drugs that you're participating in an occult ritual. I think they are doing an occult ritual on you.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And we know, it's well understood that chemotherapy kills you.
Yeah.
And the selling point is, well, it'll kill you, but it'll kill the cancer more. And your healthy cells will eventually, some of them will make it out, or you'll kind of survive,
but you're
right?
so weak at that point.
And it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It obliterates your T cells. It kills your bone marrow. You really cannot heal yourself.
A lot of people that went through chemo feel like they're getting poisoned.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
feel terrible after it.
And it kills your appetite, so they often prescribe cannabis and stuff to some patients depending on where you live, so you can have your appetite. And basically all the palliative care for chemotherapy patients is to help you survive.
It's also
the
radiation,
chemo.
right?
Yeah, and they radiate you too.
Yeah.
And again, with the selling point of, well, it'll kill your cancer.
Yeah, let's microwave the cancer out of you.
Right.
Yeah.
But what happens to you after? You're a lifelong patient.
Yeah.
If your bone marrow is eradicated, you cannot have an immune system.
Yeah.
So when that happens to you, you're at the mercy of the drugs, of the hospitals, of the doctors,
Yeah.
The physicians, they don't, I'm not going to say doctors are evil, because doctors are people, right?
But they're compromisable. A lot of people can be bought out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and lied to, duped.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
tricked.
Right.
I think a lot of them think they're doing good, and they believe that they're doing the right thing. You know, you look at the medical industry training. It used to be naturopathic medicines. It used to be herbs and roots and other natural compounds used to treat illnesses and so on. But then I forget if it was the Rockerfellows or which one of those.
I like how you say
families.
Rockerfellows.
I did say Rockerfellows, just that I was hoping you didn't notice. You know them Rockerfellows. Them Rockerfellows, man, they evil.
You gotta say it like Jay-Z's company, like Rockefeller.
Rockefellers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think the reason why he chose that name?
Yeah, so
The Rock, bro.
so that's actually another interesting rabbit hole to go down. There is, in my opinion, there's two reasons why he chose it. One, because he wants to align himself with that type, and which is shown with his, imagery, symbolism, all that
Illuminati
stuff.
symbolism all over the place, yeah,
right?
for sure.
Satanism, like stuff he aligns himself
100%.
with. What's that one? Maria Abramovich. He had like a live show, like
Dude,
a
that
weird
woman seems
thing, and he
evil.
was just like rapping to her, and like, you know how rappers, when they get close, rap, and then even rock stars, they'll get close to the guitarist and jam out, and then he's like, why was he doing that with Maria Abramovich? So odd. It was an odd thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, she's been spotted with a lot of really
So it's
wealthy
either-
and famous people.
Yeah, exactly. So it's either that he's trying to get in, or he was trying to get in and is in, and probably on the top of the tier list in his industry,
Definitely.
or he was chosen.
Maybe so.
He was selected to do that.
I
to do
mean,
that role.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all connected. What will you look into, like the abortion industry? Child sacrifice. I've seen undercover footage, like James O'Keefe style, like undercover infiltrating, and the what is it? This one lady at Planned Parenthood, the undercover plant was like talking to her and saying, how this. I don't know what the relation of the girl was to this person, but what the Planned Parenthood lady was saying is, he was like, well, she's 13. So I feel like that's really young. And she said, that's not a problem. We can do her abortion. Here's how we're going to do it. And da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, whoa, bro, like a 13-year-old is like, well, her parents aren't around and we don't have consent.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that's not a problem.
It's very weird.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the way they do the abortions is violent and horrible. And, it's so weird to me.
It's very easy. I did an experiment like that a few years ago. I called around a few abortion clinics and asking them about stuff like that. Yeah. Infiltrated. But it was just over the phone.
You went undercover.
Yeah, I went undercover.
Did you disguise your voice?
No, I used my voice. I used my real name.
Use your real voice and your real name? Okay.
I didn't even record it. It was just for me. It wasn't even educational. I couldn't even spread it around. But this is the moment.
Right? Now the lid's getting blown off.
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, let me just see how easy it is to get an abortion.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, for me. But it's very easy. They're just like, yeah, just come in.
Yo.
It just asks for stuff like that.
Do you know the founder of Planned Parenthood hates black people?
Yeah.
And
she's dead?
She's super into eugenics. I think she's dead, yeah.
Yeah.
But she was super into eugenics. And I think the premise of Planned Parenthood initially was to kill black people off.
Yeah, it lines up because it's just, it's lower poverty people, but I think specifically that because she had some.
She's a documented racist.
Some quote. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is documented against black people specifically.
And all the Planned Parenthood clinics are like in inner city locations.
A lot of minorities in there and a lot of lower poverty people there too. And it's just
Useless
like a lot
eaters.
Is that what she said?
No, I'm just saying that's what the Illuminati refers to, the lower class.
Yeah.
They call them useless eaters.
Yeah.
And they think they need to stay down.
And it's true though.
Yeah.
Like even if it's not a round table of these head of families that are like, let's see how we can, bog down the American people. Even if it's not that nefarious, there is multiple people, even if they aren't aligned or connected, that are trying. Maybe not intentionally, but they know their demographic, right? So where are the liquor stores? Are they in rich neighborhoods?
Oh, not a chance.
No, you go to grocery stores or you go to Bevmo, right? It's a different type of stuff. It's
rich people liquor store.
Exactly, yeah. Liquor stores, a lot of churches for some reason. A lot of churches that aren't aligned and united, which is weird too. And then it's also Planned Parenthood.
I think maybe false religion, access to vice and other, generally negative type things, right? Well, liquor is called spirits for a reason.
Right, yeah.
So they have all that stuff in the same zone to help to poison and capture and,
control.
Control, yeah. Definitely.
Stay here. Don't worry about it. You guys can be big here. And if you want to be big, here, we got some crack that we got to get rid of.
We got some crack we got to get rid of.
You guys can distribute it. It's
I
good
found
stuff.
this bag of crack. You want to pass it out to your friends?
It's funny that you say it, but it's true. That's exactly how it happens.
Yeah.
And it's actually been proven that the CIA was giving drugs to drug dealers.
Weapons too.
Weapons too to the cartel. Why are they finding like 90% of their military grade weaponry from the U.S.?
Kind of like all that stuff we left behind in Afghanistan, right? Like all those, the helicopters and the weapons and everything else, all the tech. And
yeah, the way we got out of there it did seem like they were running from something. We had all that equipment. What were we running from? Like
maybe
we were
it was
there
a ploy.
for decades. Yeah, exactly.
It was a ploy. Like, oh, we got to get out, But what did they left behind all the gear, and then armed everybody that because
exactly they left everything there.
From the bad guy's point of view, maybe the most effective way to control and deal with things is to keep chaos brewing and all the if there's order and peace, that is a threat to the establishment.
Yeah.
But if there's chaos and upset, like what's happening in Mexico right now, the cartel leader gets assassinated, and now Mexico is literally on fire. They kill El Mencho, and then
he was replaced the next day though.
Jalisco New Generation Cartel, right, by El Yogurt or whatever. Jalisco, my bad.
Yogurt.
I saw a clip and it called him El Yogurt.
I don't know
what his actual name is, but
I'm just saying who the new guy is. So it's funny. It might be El Yogurt.
You got this prominent cartel leader gets killed, and then there's all this bloodshed and terror happening. Dude, they're tearing up the highways.
But it makes you wonder, so this guy gets killed, and they're tearing up the highways. They're burning up Costco's, and they're taking U.S. citizens as captives. But they got El Chapo, who was before El Mencho, and none of that happened. So it is weird.
Well, I think the stated story was that it was a joint operation between the U.S. and Mexico. Now, what really happened, I don't know. But I know the president of Mexico has recently been, she's been on the podium saying that that we will not kill these cartel members. We want to give them a fair trial.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think they deserve to die per se, but it is a little weird for the president to be saying like, hey, let's calm down. We're going to try to do due process, and we're going to be diplomatic, and
Yeah,
it's like
President of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum.
Oh, she sounds Mexican.
Yeah,
you don't have to be a Mexican native to be the president?
Let's just look at her.
How many people were assassinated before she got elected?
I think everybody.
57?
Yeah, I think all the candidates.
It was like a super high number.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The candidates that were running throughout the process were dropping like flies, bro.
Yeah. There's also this other conspiracy. Well, I don't know if it's a conspiracy or not. I'm considering it a conspiracy because I haven't seen any evidence. Maybe there might be some out there. But there's some talks that the cartels were trained by a specific intelligence agency.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked to hear that.
Which I don't know if I'm allowed to say it or not.
I mean, we can speculate probably. We don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it happened. Maybe not.
Let's just say it's not in this area. It's not in the Americas.
Right. It's a foreign intelligence agency.
It's a foreign intelligence agencies, yeah.
James Bond trained them all?
Not James Bond.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the guy who made the movie. Who produced it.
Oh. Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, maybe the company who made that movie.
I mean, it's pretty well documented throughout history that, the people that present themselves as the good guys are playing both sides. And that's
another form of control too,
That's
right?
the most profitable way to win a war, right? You just fund both sides and step back, and whoever wins, all right, cool, but you still belong to me because I funded your war.
And which is weird because there is this notion that war brings the most profitability in a country.
Well, yeah, from the bad guy's point of view, for sure.
Well, even the United States of America, which some would consider bad.
It's a highly stimulating for the economy.
Exactly. And then all of our, or the most tax dollars goes to the Department of Defense.
Interesting. Oh yeah, and the budget just recently got up too.
Yeah.
And they fed soldiers steak and lobster.
Oh, nice.
Did you hear that one?
No.
So apparently, all the deployed soldiers and people local too, they're given, instead of like MREs and cheap food and just enough to get you through.
Yeah.
They were given like steak and lobster and expensive cuisine, and
With
apparently
beef tallow?
probably
Okay,
it's probably made clean, and apparently if soldiers have this trope where if you're fed a gourmet meal, you better start writing your letters home because you're about to get deployed or you're about to see some action.
Oh, interesting.
It's kind of like a last meal in a way.
Wow.
And we've got a ton of our planes overseas. We have more of our planes mobilized than ever before in an area that is currently in turmoil, right? And Iran recently got Israel mad for burning a Baal statue, which is weird to me. Like, how is Israel going to say it's anti-Semitic?
I'm going to steel man their position.
Burn and okay. So here, all right. So I'll be the other side. So Iran burns a Baal effigy, right? And Israel feels disrespected. So from my point of view, Baal is an evil demonic god and has nothing to do with Israel's faith, etc. Right? Well, it shouldn't. And so why are you mad?
Because they also put the Star of David and the Christian cross right underneath Baal, saying that these religions worship Baal.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that detail.
Yeah.
Well, the Star of David is a satanic religion.
Right.
Let me clarify that before we get
But
shut
I'm
down.
Israel.
We're going to get sued. All right, listen, Israel, calm down. Let me explain. Your Star of David is not a biblically Christian symbol. It's not even a Jewish symbol.
It came after the Talmud, right? It's the Tanakh. Or no,
they rebranded
the Talmud. It came during the Talmud.
The
years
Oral
later.
Torah, yeah.
Maybe, actually, no, you know what? Maybe it came
It's
in the 1500s. Let me see.
It's rebranding. So what the Star of David is called now was originally known as the Star of Remphan, the Star of Chiun. It's Saturn. It's Satan.
Keep going.
So what I learned about the Star of David, first of all, studying my Bible, reading in the Torah, it says it in the Torah, okay, that the Star of Remphan is an abomination. The Star of Chiun, God was furious with the children of Israel because they kept on worshiping Satan.
So interesting that you say that. It was established. So it dates back. It's a decorative motif in various cultures with earliest Jewish, Christian, and pagan examples dating back to the 3rd and 4th century. It was not established as a Jewish symbol until the 14th century.
Interesting. That's way long after.
In Prague, becoming popular in the 17th and 19th century.
Prague rock.
Yeah, Prague rock. So, medieval use. It was used in Kabbalistic texts, the Jewish mysticism.
Interesting.
And on the 1008 CE, but was known as the Seal of Solomon that time.
Interesting.
Adoption as symbol. The first symbol adoption often cited as the 14th century, when Emperor Charles IV permitted the Prague Jewish community to carry a flag with the symbol.
And it looks like a 6-pointed star, and I guess technically it is, but it's made of 2 triangles. One triangle points up and one triangle points down, as above, so below, which is a very well-known satanic, phrase or saying, as above, so below. And the Baphomet statue is got, seen with one hand pointing with 2 fingers up, one hand pointing with 2 fingers down, as above, so below. And I think what trips me out about it is that if you are caught studying or learning about this and you don't phrase it the right way, you get canceled, you get called an anti-Semite, which is insane, okay, because really it's not anti-Semitic. These people are supposed to be Jewish, right? The country of Israel, allegedly a nation of Israel, is supposed to be the Jewish descendants of Jacob, right? And I think most of the people living in Israel are not actually ethnically descended from Jacob. And I'm not sure what their origins are. If that's true or not doesn't really matter, because the bottom line is that God was chastising the people of Israel in the Bible in the Old Testament days because they kept on turning to idols. They kept on turning to satanic worship practices. They would sacrifice their children to Baal. They would worship the star of Saturn, or Remphan, Chiun, right? Saturn, the planet, allegedly, there's like a hexagon on the top of it.
Like a hexagon storm.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, it looks black in the imagery.
And we've talked about that. We've talked about Saturn emitting different frequencies.
Right, exactly, on a couple of recent episodes, yeah. And so I think it's all interconnected, because the nation of Israel that we know is not the nation of Israel from Scripture. and it's very confusing. And I think that's kind of the underlying thread.
Well, wouldn't a lot of the Palestinians or the people in Gaza also come from that lineage?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Because that's that area. And doesn't the country of Israel, weren't their borders all the way from like Syria? Like, wasn't it huge compared to what it is today?
I think originally.
So what's the end goal, right? So if their whole mission is to bring back the Jewish people to their native country, their native land, then it goes into what's their native land. And is it just this parameters that had been given to them in the 1940s? Or are they progressively broadening their borders with war? And
I think that's part of it, and I think that I don't know for sure. I'm not well educated on all the particulars.
Oh, I'm supposed to be Israel, I forgot. Yeah.
So you need to be correcting me right now.
You know, it's self-defense.
Where are you guys trying to go, bro?
They attack us, we attack them, and then whatever's left, we take.
I think where the wires get crossed is that in Scripture, in the ancient times, when God promised the children of Israel the land of Canaan, right? And he instructs them to go into the land and to wipe out the inhabitants completely. So this is one of those scriptures where apologetics, gets challenged a lot, Christian apologetics, because they say, well, how can this God be good if he commanded a genocide on a people, and these people who have like the children are being killed? What, So when you go down that rabbit hole and you do all your research, you will find inevitably that the genetic lineage of the people of Canaan was tied to the Nephilim. And so essentially their bloodline never should have existed. Which, I mean, that's a hard pill to swallow. How can you say any person should
It's
not
also
have existed?
disobedience and corruption.
Well, and they're cannibals, and they sacrifice their children, and they do blood rituals, and they rape each other, and they, so there's a lot of wickedness happening. But, and again, well, we do wickedness too, so what's the difference? But that's...
we do deserve...
That's the one, and we do deserve that punishment too. But the difference is that our genetic lineage is not traceable to the Nephilim.
Yeah.
And so one of the problems is that with our modern sensibilities, all we see is another human being. But my argument is that these people are not truly human beings, because human beings are created in God's image.
The Canaanites.
These Canaanites were not created in God's image. They're a product of the Nephilim and the Nephilim bloodline. Nephilim, I think it means fallen ones. These were the product of angelic beings mating with human women by force, and they produced offspring who were giants. And subsequent generations, they were smaller and smaller and smaller. In stature, like they were, shorter. Like initially they were tall as the cedars of Lebanon, right? 400 feet tall.
Yeah, they didn't take their raw milk.
Yeah, right.
That's when it started getting pasteurized and they shrunk.
Is that right? Yeah. There it is. We found that we cracked the code. So, fast forward the land of Canaan, Joshua's leading the Israelites on a battle campaign to wipe them out. And even then they were not completely eradicated. So we have disobedience all throughout the story, but I guess the punchline is, I don't think modern day Israel is playing with a full deck, and I think that they're misusing scripture.
There's also a difference, right? Biblical Israel was being led and directed by God.
Correct.
Now,
political Israel is a different entity.
They're considered a secular country, even though they might not be. But if you're, and this is also another thing, which now we're going to get another group against us if they listen.
Are we getting sued?
But there's this weird Christian sect. Well, it's actually not a sect. It's like a big movement that we have to align ourselves with Israel to get blessings, right? If you curse Israel, you'll get cursed.
Oh yeah, like all the presidents
Israel,
going over there and kissing the Wailing Wall and wearing the yarmulke and stuff.
That, yes, but there's actual Christians that are like, no, these are our brothers and sisters, and we need to protect them. They're the chosen people of God.
Okay. Oh, so the Christians that believe political Israel is actually biblical Israel. Okay.
And if you bless them, that you will get blessed.
And we know God is not the author of confusion. So my allegation is that all of this confusion is by design, and it's not the design of our Creator.
Yeah. And all of this is being pushed by people who are bought by Israel, who get their $7,000 a Twitter post, who literally they fund their campaigns to become a senator or whatever, right? And so a lot of these American leaders, political leaders, are who claim to be Christian, and who knows, maybe they are, maybe they have a sincere faith, but to align yourself so much with Israel is very odd, because not only are you aligning with a different faith, you're aligning with a different country. And it's very odd that a foreign country can donate, I guess, to AIPAC. That's what it's called, right? That's their donation thing where they donate to a lot of senators, a lot of people who are campaigning. It's like, hey, here's some money. Be nice to us.
Isn't it interesting too how the control is through money?
Yeah, it is through money because a lot of people are, what's the word I used earlier? Not corruptible, but yeah, corruptible. It's all compromisable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people can be compromised. Everybody has their price.
Well, look
And
what happened to Charlie Kirk. Erica Kirk was a honeypot.
Yeah, it seems
She's a
to
Mossad
go that
asset.
way.
It's been verified.
I'm very careful about Erica Kirk because she did lose a husband, so I don't know that dynamic. And losing someone can be tough. But the way she moved immediately after was very odd.
That part
very
concerns
strange.
me
It was
because I
very
love
strange.
my wife with all my heart. And if I died and she was like, doing the kind of stuff Erica Kirk
Yeah, I'd haunt
has
my
done,
wife.
right?
Turning on the microwave middle of the night, opening and shutting doors, just waking her up and just annoying her. Yeah.
Turn the microwave on in the middle of the night. Oh,
yeah,
no.
just trying to, yeah.
Right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, doesn't it feel so disrespectful to the memory of your husband? I mean, maybe a year or two after you might be capable of such a thing, right? And so I'm just saying.
It's odd. It's a lot of her moves are odd. I know she aligns with Israel. I know Charlie Kirk, before his passing, was kind of questioning the motives of the political Israel, the country, the government. And I know before, like in the past, he was very vocal about supporting Israel, like the Christians I was talking about. You got to support Israel, you bless Israel. But then he started questioning.
He started waking up a little.
I would assume so. Yeah, I would say so. And I don't think it's wrong to question people's motives, anybody's motives. I don't think it's wrong to question a pastor's motives. I don't think it's wrong to question a priest's motives. I don't think it's wrong to question a rabbi's motives. I don't think it's wrong to question. But for people to silence somebody, not just Charlie Kirk, a lot of other people who question a certain group, their motives, they get silenced or their Patreon gets closed down randomly.
That's kind of interesting. Like, you're not allowed to make comments of a certain nature about a certain group, and then we all know that tells you who holds power.
No, we don't hold power, Tim.
No, we don't. No, I'm saying.
I know. I'm steel manning again.
Oh, I got you.
No.
Okay.
We don't own power. We don't control the money. We don't control the banks. I don't know what you're talking about.
Then why is it that when I say a certain thing on social media about that certain group is behind the shutdown, and I get called a racist?
Yeah, anti-Semitic. This is
like
you're spewing
you're just
anti-Semitic.
you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Like,
you want to imprison us and kill us.
First of all, I don't give two flips about Semites or Caucasians or this, that, or the other.
But aren't
like,
Arab Semites too?
Well,
that's a weird thing.
Well, here, what's really blowing my mind about all those labels is that we're all humans.
Yeah, and Paul talks about there's no Jew or Gentile anymore.
There's
We're
no
in
difference.
Christ, yeah.
The veil has been torn. The wall between us has been removed, and everybody is kind of the same. It's not about where you're from, and it's not about what your lineage is. It's about whether or not you're obedient to God.
Yeah, and I do question Israel, political Israel, but I guess the initial point of my statement was questioning the Christians who align themselves so strongly towards Israel.
I think it
towards
probably
political Israel, because there is a separation, right? You can support the people of Israel,
Yeah.
just like you can support the people of Palestine, without supporting their faiths or their political agendas. I don't have to support Hamas. I
Yeah.
don't have to support Islam.
Yeah.
But there's Christians in Palestine that are getting blown up too, that are getting displaced.
Murdered like crazy.
Just like there's, yeah, exactly. There's just like Christians in Africa. I forgot what is it, Ghana or Nigeria? One of
Nigeria.
the two, who just yesterday they got displaced. They caught on fire. They're one of their big churches, their Coptic churches, caught on fire, and it's just like that tears my heart up.
Yeah.
And it's just like those are my brothers.
Yeah.
While these other Christians are so focused on Israel being their brothers, and it's just like, why are we trying to gain support and attention and favor from a political party and a faith that doesn't care about Christians, that doesn't care about Americans?
No, it seems very misguided. And
It does seem misguided, and it might come from, like, an honest believer might be well intended. They just might not know the scripture completely, right? So, like, yeah, you bless Israel, you get blessed. You curse Israel, you get cursed.
Oh yeah, bless my enemy or bless my allies, and I
Yeah,
know what
right.
you're referring to. Yeah.
But Paul says if one does not follow Christ, he's cut off from the branch.
Right.
and as we follow Christ, we're grafted into the branch. Israel was given an opportunity, right? They use this a lot, that Jesus' ministry was for the lost sheep of Israel.
The lost sheep of Israel. We should clarify biblical Israel and political Israel.
Well, correct.
I know who you're talking about.
My concerns are against political Israel.
And not the citizens of the nation.
Not
either.
even this. Actually, my concerns is Christians aligning themselves with political Israel and confusing the two with biblical Israel.
Right. And it's easy to do.
And they shun you and they get mad at you for telling them that there is a difference between the two.
Yeah.
One claims to be secular and one claims to have a faith.
Yeah.
Paul says if you don't follow Christ, you're cut off.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get none of the promises that God gave Abraham.
You're not part of the body. You're not
Exactly. You're not part of the body. And that's another thing is the promises, right? So a lot of Christians say, that prophecies weren't fulfilled with Israel. They're still the chosen people of God. They're still promised the land. They're still promised all this stuff. But Paul also says that we inherit those promises. We inherit that what's the word?
We are fellow heirs.
Yeah, fellow heirs to whatever was promised. And we are Israel through faith.
We're spiritual Israel.
Yeah, spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
I
know this is supposed to be a lighthearted app, but I get sucked into it.
I
need to relax a little bit.
Well, no, I agree with you, and I feel the passion, and first of all, I respect it so much because this touches my heart too. And I think the common thread in all of these things that stir me up is that I see evil and I see wickedness and I see people that are not following God, and that's the bottom line for me. No matter what country you're from or who you're aligned with or what you feel like or who you are, etc. If you're not following God, you should.
Yeah.
And if you're doing nasty things, you should stop.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we just have such a complicated system because of all the players involved, and not everybody's playing for the same team. And we have double, triple, quadruple agents who are pretending to be this, pretending to be that. My brain is scrambled thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And this whole Israeli-Palestinian conflict and everything else, ultimately, I don't want anybody to lose their life. I don't want children to be separated from their families. I don't want people to be persecuted. And racism sucks and anti-Semitism sucks. But at the same time, there's a lot of hypocrisy. And you're not allowed to talk about it. And that part sucks even more.
Why?
You mean I can't even just talk about something? Like I can't point out the fact that, I won't say me. I watched a reel recently where this guy goes into a town in New Jersey that's predominantly Orthodox Jew, right? And he's filming and he's pointing something out.
And they were really
he noticed
mad
something
towards them because it was recorded. Yeah.
He noticed his crime originally, I think, was that he noticed a lot of these people are having more kids than they can financially provide for, and they're getting on welfare to support their kids. But here's the rub. Wait a second. Why are you not making more of an effort to financially provide for your children? Some of them seem to be comfortably using the welfare system to support their families without a strong aspiration to take over themselves. Like, if I think about that sometimes, and I've been close to poverty many times in my life. I've been in poverty many times in my life. But now I have a family, and honestly,
you have a sense of duty.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a responsibility to provide and do your most to help them.
If I had to get on government assistance to take care of my kids, personally, I would want to rapidly get off of it just as quickly as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get a second and third job.
You don't want your
my
kids to go through
possessions.
what you went through.
And I don't want to be dependent on the government, for support, because then they can decide what we get to eat, how I go. Like, what if they say, I'm not going to give you assistance unless you take your kids to get vaccinated, which I don't agree with.
Right, yeah.
Well, then I'm being compelled because they've got the money. They got me on the hook.
You can't eat until you take the mark.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. I mean,
it lines up with it.
I want a lighter-hearted episode, but dude, these things, they come up naturally, and you can't ignore it. I feel passionately about this stuff.
Yeah, me too. And I think my passion stems from a unity within Christianity because it's so splintered.
Yeah, the body is divided.
It's so splintered, and it sucks that it is. Even though there's over 1 billion Christians, right?
Alleged
Christians, I see not a pact with Christ, but more of a pact within other things. Political beliefs, countries.
It's the Cinos.
Even church politics, it can split up churches, and it sucks. And it's just like, why? Like, that sucks. And then now Christians attack other Christians that have criticism towards Israel, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
There's one thing about Islam that I do respect, is that there's two major sects, right? It's the Sunnis
Shiite
and the Shia.
The Shiite and Sunnis.
But it's a conflict within each other, right? It is global and everybody knows it, because they do have wars against each other, like other countries, like conflicts. But like socially and politically, it's not at like global politics, when you involve other faiths and like not like secular politics, they're way more united than how I would want Christianity to be. And Jewish faith, whew, they got it on lock. There's like very little that go against Zionism, right?
Yeah.
I think there's like the New York Hasidic Jews. They protest. They are on the Free Palestine side of the protest, saying that, hey, we're not called to go back yet. That wasn't our decision.
Interesting.
We're not called until the Messiah comes.
Ooh.
So it's weird. So there is a small sect in Judaism that isn't Zionist, but how much support are they getting from, Big Jew?
Big Jew. I mean,
Right?
I notice things like that too. There's a ministry that I follow on YouTube called So Be It, and it's a gentleman and his team, and they are based in Israel, and they speak Hebrew, and they are ministering.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're previously Jewish.
They're Messianic,
And then they convert to Messianic.
Yeah.
So they accept Christ as the Savior. And they preach to other Jews who do not accept Christ as a Messiah, and they ask questions, they have street interviews. And I've recently, I've been refreshed, because I like debates, and I like watching like what's going on and all that kind of stuff. But I've been refreshed with encouragement by watching some of these exchanges where they have, what do you call it? They have people who were Orthodox Jewish that converted to Messianic Judaism or Messianic Christianity, or however you want to call it, right? Where the Jewish person accepts Christ as the Messiah, and they have their eyes open. And some of these are really beautiful. One I listened to last night was a gentleman who, he prayed to God. He knows in Scripture you shouldn't tempt God, but he decided to tempt God because God is alive and real and can communicate with you. So he made the decision to pray to God, to tempt God. He said, God, if you're real, please give me this revelation, show me the truth, open my eyes, open my heart. And he added a condition. And he said, I tempted God with a condition. I said, but please do not let my family cut me out. Because his family, Orthodox Jew, denied Christ as a Messiah. So he said that his prayers were answered. First of all, his eyes were open. It took a couple of times, and then he saw the truth, and he believed in Jesus, and he surrendered his life to him and accepted him as his Savior. And his family stayed in touch with him.
It's so scary to go into a different faith when you're born into something.
Right.
Yeah.
And all of your close loved ones are aligned with that faith.
Yeah, exactly.
And faith can divide us, and it's scary. You're right.
It is scary.
I mean, that's something that kind of happened to me when I became a Christian. People that were close to me, certain family members, I had a hardship to deal with because of it. And I'm happy to say that I was never once tempted to renounce my faith or hide it. I just immediately accepted that, well, this is what I believe. It's not only what I believe, it's who I am. It's who I love. I surrender my will completely. I belong to Christ. He is my Lord.
Jesus said that families will get split up.
Absolutely,
in him, yeah.
Dividing family
Well,
members
that's pride,
from each
right?
other.
So the family members that reject you because you accept Christ, it's pride. It's, I don't want you to do that, so I'm going to stop talking to you.
Yeah.
Versus, like, it's very interesting. I'm learning everyone has a freedom to believe what they want to believe, right?
Agreed.
Especially close ones, especially ones that are in your household.
Yeah.
Where you're like, well, you're free to believe what you want to believe. I'll believe what I want to believe. But you kind of just want to control them.
Yeah.
Just believe the right thing. Believe the truth. Something similar to that. One thing I was, I guess, concerned about is going into something different. I went into the Orthodox Church.
Right.
I went into and I know we talked about it, but last time on the episode, on the podcast, I mentioned that I was interested in it. I ended up going. I looked online. It said 9 a.m. Orthros, 10 a.m. Divine Liturgy. And then I got there like at 8:15. I got there really early. But I noticed people were just walking in. And I was like, oh, interesting.
Already.
And then 8:30 comes around and like parking lot started filling up and people were just walking in with their families, everybody walking in. I was like, oh, interesting. And then I noticed a lot of people do the sign of the cross going in. I learned about that too. I learned how they do it. I don't know. Well, I didn't feel the reason why to do it. These are all my thoughts on it. I'm trying to expound it, trying to get back to that moment in time. Walked in, so the beautiful church, parish, whatever they call it. I guess parish. They have big doors, and they had the St. Andrew on there because it's St. Andrew's Orthodox
Okay.
church from St. Andrew. I didn't really learn much about them, but they had the saints on there, on the doors depicted. And then going in, they have this section in the back. I'm gonna describe it with my hands so you could see it.
I'm enjoying
but this is from the entrance that way, right?
Okay, gotcha.
So we enter, there's this section where I guess there's no pews. People just stand up back there. It's like, I guess people just stand right there. On the sides, there's some chairs where the seats flip up and flip down. And it's almost individual, almost like 2 chairs and then closed off.
Okay.
And then 2 chairs and then closed off. And it's alongside the wall right there.
Okay.
And then in the center, there's maybe 4 rows of chairs. And it's split in the middle of the church and right down so people can walk down there. As I walk in, there's this singing. I don't know if somebody was singing it right there or chanting or humming it. I don't know what the phrase is. But they were, they almost like Islam, almost like Muslims, they pray in sing-song fashion.
Oh, okay.
But almost like a chant. It wasn't really sing-songy. It was more like a chant. And I was like, oh, interesting. And they had different chants or hymns. I wonder if there's a piano. I don't think so. It was just chants.
Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, it was just Chance the Rapper in there. And there's maybe not a stage, but a step. There's they have a built little altar that had doorways with the big cross back there, and then they had a book back there, big, nice, huge book. It was very beautiful too. Different details on it. And then people were just kind of just lining up on the right side, and I just asked people how to do it. I'm a visitor. They were so friendly. They were so nice. They not only did they tell me certain things when I had questions, they stayed with me.
Oh, they welcomed you right in.
They welcomed me right in. It was very welcoming, and I was very. I in my mind, in the car, first I had a prayer. I was like, God, if there's something I can learn from here, let me learn from here. If there's something I can discern from here that's not right, let me discern from here. If this is not your house, then show me immediately.
Yeah.
And if there's something wrong, biblically, give me the discernment to figure that out. And I was like, all right, let me just go in, let me try it. People welcomed me. They showed me around. They kind of showed me certain things of what to do. So the people lining up on the right side, that was confession. They do confession, I guess, during Orthros. Orthros is prayer time. Okay. It's not a specific time set. It's an ongoing prayer. So that's why people were rolling up at 8 a.m. I'm assuming there was people there earlier because the chanting was already playing or being sung while I got in, and it looked like it was happening. And I'm used to organized church service, right? Music starts, that's when the service starts.
Oh yeah,
so
okay.
Music starts, get a offering, maybe some housekeeping, and then into the preaching, the sermon. And then maybe a couple more songs afterwards, altar call, and then we all go home. That's my structure of church. That's how I understood church. And then many weeks ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago, maybe 5 actually at this point, I went to a Lutheran church, which I enjoyed, but I didn't feel nothing. It didn't grab me. It felt very I'm afraid to say, and I think this is on purpose, it felt very plain.
Okay.
And I think it was on purpose to separate themselves from the Catholic Church at that time. Hey, let's focus on this no matter what. That's my understanding of it. I don't know exactly.
A little less ostentatious.
Yes, exactly. It was way less flashy, very simple. But I really enjoyed the structure of it. Standing up, chanting, or hymns, and piano playing, just a simple piano and hymns, and then sitting down, reading a passage, standing up hymns, and then the pastor gave a sermon. This is the Lutheran church. The pastor gave a sermon, great sermon, by the way, and offering was collected, and then they did the communion. And I observed, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
This structured organization of it was really nice. Going into the Orthodox, walking in, saints everywhere. Saints, they have a picture of maybe from the floor to maybe as tall as us. They might be like life-size paintings of it.
Okay.
And they have them right next to each other. And angels and saints. And then they have this, when you walk in, this picture of Christ, adult Christ, who everyone, I observed everyone going up to it and venerating it. And then they go to the side where it's the side of the aisle in the beginning, a picture of, I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. It's Mary and Jesus as a child. And I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like Mary like this or something like that. And then Jesus as a child with the little halo behind it. So people were going to both of those. Very odd. People were kissing them, touching them. And I was just like, that part didn't feel natural to me. Didn't feel like, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't understand it, and I don't see the need for it.
Yeah.
But it did feel odd. But everywhere you go, right, what I notice is every time they pass the aisle where they're in the back section,
Yeah.
every time they pass the aisle, they look towards the cross and they do the sign of the cross. And I was like, interesting. That's very weird. And I noticed like they had some I guess, people serving in the church. They had like the little FBI ear connections things. And I was like, okay, they might be ushers. They might be security. Who knows? It's a pretty big church.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But every time they passed, and regular people that went into the regulars, they were doing the sign of the cross and they like bowed. And I was like, interesting. Immediately I was like, this is odd. Then later on I was like, I understood that, hey, this is like keeping them focused on it. It could be. I'm saying it could be.
Okay.
So first I'm going to give the positive reactions to it. They had these candles in the back where you can light a candle, say a prayer for you and your family, and set it in the sand. I don't know what that is. I lit it. I was like, okay, cool. Someone gave me a candle. I was like, I'm going to try it. I did say a prayer for me and my family, and that was cool. It was fine. And then the chants were cool, really cool. They had English chants. They had Spanish chants. They had, I would assume, some type of
Jamaican chants.
Middle Eastern chants. Yeah, Jamaican chants. Yeah.
Wagwan.
They're like Wagwan parishers or parishioners or whatever it is.
Wagwan disciples.
What's it like in Bethlehem City?
Oh no! We're gonna cut an album.
That is funny. Everyone just chanting in Jamaican patois.
Please, I want to go to that church. It sounds fun.
So I just stood in the back.
Yeah.
A lot of people were just standing. A lot of the elders, a lot of the people that needed seats went to the chairs. Actual members of that church went to the chairs in the center, the rows, and on the sides there was kids sitting down. A lot of children. I noticed that too. There was a lot of children, and immediately I was like, oh, this is family oriented. Like a lot of these people, this is just from observing, I'm guessing, but a lot of these people have the sense of I think it's right to make a family, right?
Yeah.
So I think they had that sense of it because of how many children were there. And I was like, interesting. And it was very calming, very peaceful, but it was powerful in a weird way that I've never felt before. Everyone was in unity. Everyone was chanting. Everyone was facing towards the front at the same time, even the pastor, even the priest around. And then at one point, a priest came, people started separating and making room. I was like, okay, I got to step back. They started making room where everyone was standing. And down the aisle came a priest and waving the incense around, going back and forth. And I was like, huh, interesting. And everyone kind of like were respectful towards it, like just like bowed their head a little bit while it happened. I didn't notice, I just didn't notice that. Probably something was going on there somewhere else. I don't know. But I didn't notice individual prayers.
Okay.
I was praying like individually to myself because these chants are prayers. Orthros is a time of prayer, it's continuous prayer, but they're chanting it. So that was different for me.
Yeah.
I speak in my prayers regularly. I don't sing them,
Same.
you know? So I was like, okay, and I don't know these chants either. So I was just praying to myself, well, praying to God, but to myself in my mind. And I'm trying to remember exactly how the steps happened. Oh, then they came time for the readings. Then they bring out the big book that was in the back in this like altar, like a structure that was made that was almost covered with some doors that you can open up, and only the priest went back there. They bring out this big book. It was like a dark brown color, almost like oaky, but it was huge, and it was the Bible.
Whoa.
And they insisted on calling it the Holy Bible, the Holy Scriptures, the Holy Gospels. They opened it up, and people venerated the Holy Gospels. They had a time where people were able to line up and go walk and touch them. And I was like, interesting, that's weird. Because in my mind, even to this point, that book should still have the same words as my book.
Yeah. So why is that one more special?
That was my immediate reaction, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my immediate reaction. And they read off of it, and they took it back, and then they had a sermon, and the sermon was really good too. They had housekeeping. One thing I did notice from the church too, like they repeat prayers because they're chants, but one that stood out was they pray for pretty much all the leadership in the United States.
Interesting.
Which I liked, because they prayed for the leader of the United States. They said it like that. They didn't say Donald Trump, they might have said president, and then they prayed for the leader of California, so governor. So I'm like, okay, so you're not biased.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, that's interesting. And then the leaders of the communities. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. And then what else? And then they had communion. Communion was a big deal there. It wasn't, everything was a big deal there. Everything was a ceremony. Everything was magnificent. Everything was a thing.
Yeah.
Nothing was downplayed.
Sounds like a lot of reverence
It's a lot of reverence.
in every single thing.
It's a lot of reverence. Every corner was kind of, well, every inch, and I said this to you earlier, like every inch was a reminder of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
It's not a time to play. It's not
So you're
a time
like fully
to
immersed.
relax. Yeah, it's very immersive.
You're not going to sit on your phone and get through the boring parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So nobody was on their phones. One guy's phone rang, and one of the priests was in front of him, and he turned around with a scowl. Like,
Whoa,
what are you
okay.
doing here? He's like,
Don't do that.
I was like laughing. He was one of the older priests. I was like, all right. So everything was very grand. Everything was like I don't want to say party, because party almost sounds, like a lesson version of
I know
it.
what you mean, yeah.
It was very elegant. It was very, and I said this to you earlier too. It was like, I I felt like a kingdom, like if you were invited to the king's like ball or a king's dinner or a king's like ceremony.
Very elegant,
It
extravagant.
felt like that. Yeah, it felt like that. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. I left feeling peaceful. I actually really liked it a lot. I would go again. I'm not convinced yet on a lot of the practices they do, a lot of the traditions.
Yeah.
But I understand why Protestants and non-denominationals, anybody who's not Catholic or Orthodox, why they don't do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I understand how easily it is to do these traditions in vain.
Oh yeah, you get like swept up in the ceremony, and your heart isn't really in it.
No, it's different from that.
Oh,
Because
okay.
like, I think, well, that too. I think there's people there too, but it's very easy to be comfortable in just doing the symbol of the cross and just touching the saints, kissing them, thinking that's enough.
Oh, I see.
Right? So like, I immediately understood that.
Sounds like works.
It sounds like a shortcut
Yeah.
to me. Like works, yeah, there's works there, but it sounds like a shortcut, right? So I understand there's a almost a danger in that, right? Like there's like, I don't know. It's because everything's so structured and you follow along and you sing the prayers and you recite prayers, it can become a thing you just do.
Yeah. No,
Versus-
I understand what you mean.
Versus
I
an
think.
inward feeling. I did have an inward feeling towards all of it, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is amazing. And I think the goal for them is to remain that way.
Mm-hmm.
Is to keep that heart at always in everything you do for the Lord.
Yeah.
But I understand people have jobs, people have distractions. It's just I can see the other way from it too.
I mean, some people are more vulnerable to things than others. You
Yeah.
know, I think.
Yeah.
Depending on your personality, you might be more prone to a tradition like that because it comforts you.
Yeah.
I was talking with someone yesterday about how we feel this instinct to earn good things. You know, it's challenging in general, I think, for humans to accept gifts. Like if I gave you some honey today, right? And maybe depending on how your heart is or your alignment or what you feel, your preferences, getting that gift may inspire you to go, oh, wow, thanks, man. That's really cool. I appreciate it. And then that's the end. Or you could be inspired to feel like, oh, man, he gave me something. Well, now I need to give him something.
Yeah.
You know, or if I get a gift, I could feel a sense of guilt, like, well, I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
Why did you give me a gift? Well, let me try to earn it. Let me try to be worthy of the gift, you know? And I think the gift of salvation, it's the biggest gift that anyone could receive.
Yeah.
And that guilty conscience of ours might drive us to want to do things to earn the gift.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the struggles of the faithful is continually you have to remind yourself, no matter what I do, I won't earn this gift.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
But the gift is to inspire you to do good works. And I think that's where like the whole works and faith salvation argument happens.
Well, it's that mindset, right? I don't have to do this. I get to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I get to serve, like I get to bless you with a gift of imported Manuka honey, and you know, you get to bless me with the gift of your friendship and your support. You know, if we're just focused on only giving and not worried about being worthy of gifts or any of that, things work out better. You know, but I do know that that's comforting to the works part of our flesh, where you feel, you know, that you need to earn the things that you have. Like if someone gave me a financial windfall and then I started living very well, and then, you know, people may be questioning like, whoa, how are you doing so well? Well, you know, I'm such a good dude that I inspired somebody to bless me with this money. Like, well, no. It needs to be more humble. Like, you know what? Honestly, it was a stroke of total kindness from a stranger that chose to bless me, and I'm still to this day very humbled and appreciative of that. I love it so much. I don't know what I did to deserve it. I don't think I did. You know what I mean? Like, it's important for us to stay humble because the alignment of your heart really matters.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like when Jesus taught in Matthew, you've heard it said that if you murder your brother, you're guilty of the judgment. But I say to you that, and I'm paraphrasing, you know, but if you have hatred or anger in your heart towards your brother, you're guilty of the same judgment.
Yeah.
So the alignment of your heart is very important, your motivation.
Yeah.
Like, I can be polite to your face, but if I hate you in my heart, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No matter how much I do the polite things to you, if I hate you behind your back, I'm still murdering you in my heart. And I'm sinning, and I'm sinning against God.
Yeah.
And if God can watch all of us murder and rape and kill and steal from each other and dominate each other with artificial power structures and using his name in vain and all these other wicked things, and still be waiting like the Father waiting for the prodigal son, if he can still patiently wait and show us grace and mercy and so on, well, how much more can we do that for each other?
Yeah.
Of course we should do that for each other.
Exactly.
You really made me want to try it though. It sounds like a really cool experience, a very interesting thing.
It's interesting. I had to control my thoughts too from judgment, because I tend to do that.
I know what you mean. It's tough. Like,
so I was.
You have your knee-jerk reaction, right?
I have my knee-jerk reaction to nitpick a lot of things that's new to me, and this is right, this isn't right, and then I just had to humble myself. I'm like, hey, let me just learn. Let me see what they think. Let me see what they're doing. Let me, and if there is something wrong, just give me that quick discernment and to know that, hey, they're doing something wrong. Again, the iconography, the veneration of saints, the veneration of Mary, I don't understand it. I don't know if I will. Maybe I have an open mind to it. It just, maybe I'm not used to it. Maybe it's something just weird. But also I'm wondering, like, when I would go to church services, and I recently went to another, like, this past Sunday, I went to another, like, Protestant evangelical church. It seems like there's a lot of weird stuff there too, because there's a band playing. They have great music, great singers. So I was just like, I don't know if people, like, are people coming here for the experience, or for the, like, of the service, or the experience of God?
Interesting.
So that was a thought of mine, but that was pretty much it for me.
I bet you my thought. I know we're kind of wrapping up at this point.
Yeah.
It feels like.
Yeah.
My final thought on that, just to say, to be charitable, I believe that no matter what church somebody goes to, what denomination they particularly enjoy participating in, there's saved people in each and every one of those churches. Not everyone is necessarily walking with Christ,
right,
and not everybody is necessarily walking in disobedience. And I think we all kind of find our place eventually. No one's beyond salvation as long as they are submissive and surrendering to the will of God.
Yep.
But it is cool to do things different ways, and for different faith traditions. I had an idea, and I don't want to do a teaser, but I think just objectively, this would be so fun if maybe, like, next time around we should do an experiment, like create your own perfect service, your own perfect church, like, not perfect, but what is the ideal place based on what you like and feel compelled by to worship. So, like, because what you're touching on, like the Protestant churches with their musical performances, I enjoy the music, but at the same time, I don't feel like I enjoy it as much as part of the service, so to speak. If it's too much like a rock concert, it blows you off course, or, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun to do.
Yeah,
like,
I think
flesh
so
out,
too.
like, construct your own ideal scenario for you to participate in worship services with your brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we're going to be building our own church.
Let's build our own churches and see how they go, man.
All right.
Dude, today was a good one.
Good one.
Today was a good one. Oh, man, I appreciate your time, my man.
You too. All right, see you later.
All right, later, bud.